Hello.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good. Ooh, Suzanne needs to see the color of your walls.
Oh God, why? Does she like that?
Yeah, totally she would.
It's my least favorite part of my existence in this house.
Is it orange or red? Like what?
It's a dark orange.
Yeah, yeah.
I've gotten used to it now that I'm in here, but moving from my last place, it's just so much darker, like in the house in general. The other place had like wood flooring, but it was all like a dark gray and like a light blue walls. So to come to like dark orange and dark brown floor, it was a big difference emotionally, but
Yeah, yeah. Well, Suzanne would love it.
Would
Hello,
she ever?
ladies. Uh, nice to see you all.
You too. Hi, Glenda.
Hi there.
Yeah, welcome. Nice to see you. So Suzanne won't be with us today, but she said to say hello to everyone. And Heather will not be with us either, so she sent me a little check-in, so I thought I'll do it while I'm thinking of it. She just said that we are on the road again today on our way to Victoria. We will be arriving at a skywalk at the meeting time while we're at the meeting time. Hi to everyone. I am loving this trip and the time with my husband so much. See you all.
Aw.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I've been kind of following her trip on Facebook. It looks like they're having a really good time.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So yeah. Anyway, happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's not something in our house that we really celebrate much. And if anyone would get anyone anything, it's Brad. Like he would, like sometimes I get flowers. It's not an expectation at all. Like I like to get
Nice.
flowers, but I like it just because, right? Like, but and the girls, like sometimes he'll get them little chocolates or something, but it is not something, it is something that I have released that it's not mine. When the kids were younger, you had to do, you did cards and all of that. Now that they're in high school, they don't do anything. So yeah, but I did I started, reading stuff on Facebook, and it was, I read some good poems and stuff, so I'm going to kind of share with you, but of course my biggest thing, and that was what the angel, I have angel messages that yeah, that's awesome, Jade. I put hearts on my girls' bedroom doors to tell them how much I love them.
Oh.
That's kind of, we're going to do a little activity similar today.
That is so sweet. I love that.
So I get a little thing every day about what the angel's message is for me today. And so this is what it was today. That on this Valentine's Day, we ask that you show love to yourself first. You're as important as those you love. Be kind to yourself today. And I was like, yeah, because that's my reminder every day for you. But, on Valentine's Day, it's not about the love, all about the love that we have for other people, but, the love and how we can be kind to ourselves. So, yeah, I liked that. So let's jump in first and let's do some wins and check in.
Hey,
Well,
go
I
ahead.
missed last week's. Oh, go ahead. Whoever said that can go. I
Go,
just,
Allison.
it was such a long silence. I thought, okay, you can do this, Allison.
Yeah.
You can go
Sure.
first.
Me.
So I was away last week, and I was regretting that trip, and it was like had to do a presentation. I didn't want to go. I felt like I was on track this year with my food program, and this was just going to screw everything up. So land in Fort Lauderdale and drive to Key West. Well, I have never done that before. And talk about beautiful. Turquoise water and palm trees. You don't even feel like you're in the United States. I had never been to the Florida Keys before. So, oh, just this fabulous resort that had dolphins and, all this stuff. I was like, oh my God, this is like heaven. And it was, yes, we had one day of work, but we arrived there on Saturday afternoon and didn't leave until Wednesday, and then drove back to Fort Lauderdale. So kind of stopped and had key lime pie on the way back. I'm telling you, talk about good for your soul. It was like, even though it was a work trip, I feel so rejuvenated just to see water and touch it. And, we went on a boat ride in the evening and saw the sunset. I'm telling you, it was fabulous. So even though you had to put on this game face during the day, it was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. So anyway, so that's kind of trickled over, and it's a motivator for work too, because just at this time of year, I'm just like, ugh, I'm over it. I'm in Portland. It rains constantly. The sky is gray. It's cold, windy, and humid. And all of those, it's horrible. Anyway, so it totally rejuvenated me. I managed to make time to meditate, and I didn't journal, but I thought about it. I wished I would have, because, but I feel like, I feel like everything I've been trying to manifest since the beginning of the year, it's going to come to fruition. The universe told me while I was in that beautiful place that you're on the right track. Yeah. So anyway, other than that, there's the day-to-day bullshit, but right? I just think back to that.
Yes.
So it was great.
Oh, I'm so glad. And again, it teaches us that that we can't put expectations on it, right? Your expectation. And I knew, for you, it came out of the blue, and you barely had clothes, and you didn't know what, because you weren't going home from there. And so, so just like so much magic for you.
I know. And, I complained and whined about it. And I feel I'm now I'm like, I'm on a whole, I bought a bunch of stuff off Amazon, for God's sakes. But, the clothes turned out to be absolutely fine. So Amazon resort wear, I'm telling you, ladies. So that's my story. So yeah.
Huge wins. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Like you say, keep an open mind. And I didn't, because I've been on so many work trips, but now I've done about face again. Enjoy my job more and everything.
What's happening on your roof?
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay. Now these are, my gay husbands, I call them,
above
of course.
You.
So it's like, he's got like, how they love their lighting.
That's awesome. That's very magical. It was just coming up beside you. It's like radiating.
And they're all over the house, so they sprinkle magic everywhere, those gay guys. So it's anyway, so that's my story.
Jade asked you a question. She said, Allison, do you think it was the work trip that was different, or your growth that saw it differently than the other trips?
Good question. I think a little bit of both, because the guy I travel with, which is one of the guys that owns this house, and we are like an old married couple, so we fought like demons, but he's always been the boss. So we've even gone to counseling together, if you can believe it. Just, so we can deal better with each other. But now that I've done so much work on myself, I let a lot of stuff go now. You know what I mean? Like, even at the conference, they asked for his biography. And he's like, I think you should go tell them. And I said, I don't really give a hoot. I said, they know who I am. There's only 30 people here. I'm a lot more mouthy than you are. That's why you bring me everywhere. And so if your biography is on the screen, I could care less. Now, I was thinking about that's been our trouble through all the years, is the power struggle. And now I just don't even care. Just get me through this career and put a big, leprechaun full of bucket of gold in front of me, and I'm done. I'll never think back. So I do think a lot was the growth. Good question. Actually, really good, because I sort of thought about that when I was gone. I'm like, we get along so much better now. You know what I mean? Like, just I'm much more easygoing, and he's always been easygoing, and I never have, So it was good. You're right. It was the work, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's made a difference.
Beautiful. Congrats. Yeah.
He said to me, even when we're driving, he said, you sure take a lot of deep breaths. I said, you make me do it. He said, you never used to do that. And I'm like, well, I do now.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
So it was good. Yeah.
Thank you, Allison. Fantastic.
Thanks.
All right, Dodie.
I'll follow Allison because you inspire me with your deep breaths, because I've noticed it's all awareness, right? I get in my car and I hold my breath. I'm noticing I hold my breath in the car. So
And
that's really
let out a big
I
sigh.
love that. And
Yeah.
your magic that you are just lit up, and it's so fun to be a part of. And really, those lights on the ceiling, they did not show when you first. They just kind of started growing and like showing as you were speaking. So it was just like, look, there it is. There's the magic. So my win, I can kind of go along with, you said, how you expect things to be. And I, last week, I told you that I'm going to be doing some yoga teaching at a gym. And I was kind of talking about, going in a gym, and I had in my mind sweaty guys and equipment. And I went to the gym last week, and I met the owner and her husband. Her husband I know. And I walked in, and it's a beautiful martial arts studio. It was beautifully painted, and it had beautiful mats. And I was just like, whoa, that was really a lesson to, because it was totally wonderful. And our meeting went fabulous, and we're really in line with what each other can offer each other, what the owner had in mind and what I have in mind. And while we were talking, her husband and another guy were doing jujitsu and rolling and wrestling around. And I was just like, this is just going to be awesome.
Good.
So it was really, really a beautiful win. And I'm so excited about it.
When do you start, Dodie?
Well, I'm going traveling to see my daughter. So it was okay with her. I'm actually just kind of when it was going to be start time, I'm going away it's almost 2 weeks that I'm gone. So I'm going to do some just drop-in classes the last week of February, just to get people coming in a little bit. And then I'm going to start officially mid-March. Well, after the 15th, I'm in Arizona the first 2 weeks of March. And she was really good with that, because she's a barrel racer, and she's like, I totally get that you want to leave Canada and go to Arizona. And she already has booked me. It's really fun because she has a rodeo mindset, and she's like, I'd really like to book you for some, on the weekend, kind of like sessions specifically for yoga for riders and yoga for rodeo, bodies. And so it's just really fun. We're really meshing. And she said, I talked to a couple of people first before, and you and I are just it just was really easy. And because it wasn't something I had to do if it wasn't a fit. I've learned that, like, if it wasn't a fit, that was going to be okay with me. but it's just all lining up so beautifully.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Way to go. Yeah, huge win. Huge wins. They're so
I'm
lucky.
having to be very brave, and the little, I keep seeing the little sign, action, action, and being very brave, and releasing those old thoughts that sometimes come with us. I don't know. I find now that I'm older and I've been doing a certain role for so long, sometimes the growth, it's you just have to push yourself forward without all the fear stuff we talked about last week.
Yeah, absolutely. Love it. Awesome. Thanks, Dodie.
I can go.
Yeah.
Yes, last Thursday I had my surgery. I had hernia repair surgery on my stoma. So yeah, and it went okay. I had a general anesthetic, which all surgery, I've had many, and general anesthetics and I usually don't get along, but this time, yeah, they gave me a lot of medication before even the surgery, and that really helped. I had no nausea after, and yeah, and I came home by noon the next day, and I've been pretty much resting ever since. My abdomen is very tender. I went to home care this morning, and it's the first time they've kind of taken everything off, and yeah, we should have probably done it sooner because it's very, how do you say, red and inflamed, so have to look after that for the next few days. And yeah, so I guess my wins are, I'm very grateful for how do you say, the good medical care that I was able to get. I really like my doctor, and the care, the people in the hospital, the nurses were excellent. I got to tell you a funny little story though. Right before the surgery, of course, I was expecting that the anesthetist would come in, and I was kind of in my own little stall, and all of a sudden the curtain kind of opened a little, and this man started to come in, and he's got a big heavy furry hat on, and all a black coat, a black shirt. And honest to goodness, I thought it was a Hutterite man, and I thought he was in the wrong stall. And he never said anything, this man. He kind of came in and he went over to kind of where the shelf part is, and then I thought, okay, this, because he was kind of grabbing the chart. So I finally said hello, and he's like, oh yeah, hello, but he talks with an accent, he's got a mask on, and he talks very low. I said, oh gosh, you look like you were dressed to go to the Arctic. He burst out laughing, and he said, I guess I should tell you who I am, eh? And here it was the anesthetist. But honestly, I thought it was a Hutterite man who was actually coming into the wrong place. So when I did tell after the surgery, when my doctor came in, he said, oh, you had a visit with the anesthetist, and I burst out laughing. So I had to tell him. Well, if he laughed, I said, don't go tell him that I said that. Anyhow, yes. So yeah, I've been doing lots of just kind of resting and whatever, but very nice. Last night, a lady here in the condo, she brought us supper, and today we're having our Valentine's kind of angel food cake and strawberry and coffee afternoon. So I will go for a while to that, and looking forward. Kim and Brad and the girls are all coming down this weekend. So that'll be, yeah, looking forward to that too. Great.
Yeah,
So
awesome. Yeah, so grateful that it went as well as I think you could have had, right? So yeah, awesome. Awesome. All right.
Glenda, that reminds me of a story. I don't know if any of you know, but I carried a baby for another family like 5 years ago. And so a surrogate, and when I was giving birth, they had like lots of students in to like learn and whatever. And this one dude came in like his street clothes. And like I was out of it. It was a stressful time. And I was just like, and all of a sudden I just sat, I was like, is that guy wearing street clothes? Like, who is that guy? And I was like, I can't do that. I can't have a doctor in here with jeans on. Like, I kicked him out. I don't know why. I was just so stressed about this guy. I'm like, why is he dressed like that?
Yeah.
Apparently he's got in trouble for dress code before, but yeah, so kind of funny.
Yeah. No
Golfers
kidding.
wear scrubs, even the students. Like nobody
Yeah.
wears jeans.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, kind of funny. Wins and stuff for me. It's been a stressful couple weeks in my house. So our schedules are off, routine, everything's kind of off. So I've slipped backwards actually a little bit. The last couple of days I've been pretty bitchy, for lack of better terms, kind of mean to my kids. And last night I was just like, I got so frustrated. I just ripped up a lace piece of paper and I was like, I'm out. And I was like, oh, like it felt really uncomfortable when I went to bed last night, knowing that that's what happened. But it also felt really good to know that that is uncomfortable because that used to be my normal, being angry at the kids and losing it and things. So I was like, okay, today was like a new day, and I talked about it, and I was honest, like this is what happened. I made a very crappy choice, and I could have done better, and that kind of thing. So that's my win.
Mm-hmm.
Is that I fell backwards, but I'm like, okay, gotta move forwards, and I'll be listening to my kids today and tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's all I can do.
Right?
That's all I
That
can do.
is. That's a huge win. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think I don't think it's slipping backwards because you've come so far forward that if we take a step a little bit back, you're still so far ahead of where you were, which is what, yeah, right? So, I'm just saying, be kind to yourself, that you're a parent who works. Doesn't even matter if we're working. When we're a parent, it's enough to make us lose our shit. And we're women and we get tired and it's normal.
Well, we had like I've gotten really used to having Eliza's support, right? So she just have some things going on, so haven't had that for a couple weeks. But Violet, we come home, we had a great night out, and I just lost my mind when we got home. Like, there's the smallest things. And she goes, "We just get home and you're just mean and yelling." And she ran up the stairs. I'm like, okay, well that's good. I'm teaching her to voice like. But she's like, calls me right out, like, you're fine, and then you were just mad. No thanks. And she went upstairs, and I was like, okay. So a little laughter in there.
Yeah, gotta love kids though, especially that age, right?
Oh yeah, they'll call you out every time.
Yeah.
They put you in check. That's for sure.
For sure.
She did. Yeah, it was awesome.
That's awesome. Thanks, Jade. Great wins.
Hey guys, yeah, I think I can probably relate to Jade the most with these check-ins. I had that on the weekend, and then I had a night of insomnia because the mom guilt was so bad. And then Monday morning, I was so cranky because I didn't sleep, and I just like repeated the whole fucking thing. She went to school, and I was like, I just did it again. But I think that that's the takeaway, is that we have new days and new opportunities to show up for them again, right? We are humans. I don't know. Yeah, sometimes it happens. We get really mad. So yeah, I just want to say, like, good job, everybody. Like, it's so nice to hear all these magical, like, wonderful stories of possibilities and magic in everyone's life. So today is kind of a hard day for me. I don't know why. I don't know what happened to me, but I fucking hate Valentine's Day. Like, I hate it with a passion. I want to sleep through it. I don't want to wake up. I don't want to celebrate. I know I'm super negative, but it is. It just is. So the win for me today is it's actually International Sound Healers Day.
Ooh.
So I have chose to celebrate that today. So anybody that I talk to, I'm just like, happy Sound Healer Day. Happy Sound Healer Day. I'm going to shift this. Yeah, so that's where I am. I'm celebrating things that I love in my life, including my singing bowls and sound healing.
Love it.
So that's my win.
Yeah, absolutely it is. And I think that as mothers with kids at home, I think that we all need to for you and Jade is that, and for me, I'm giving myself permission, is that some people, and like Jade had said before, she felt like she was that way all the time. Some people don't know the difference, right? That is just their norm, being angry all of the time. Whereas to have the guilt, which we don't want, but that also shows us that we recognize that we want to do better, right? Doesn't mean that there's any expectation other than us, but it's just showing us that we're actually really great parents and we love our children and we want better for them, right? And so that's a win in itself, I believe.
For sure, for sure. And I think just having the tools that, like, for me personally, empower me to get out of the judgment, because man, I can sure be mean to myself after I've been mean. You know, it's our middle child specifically who we normally clash so much. Um, at least now I can take myself out of the judgment, right? Before I couldn't do that. It would just go again and again and again and again. And at least now there's breaks, right? The behavior still shows up for sure. The anger still, it's like lighting a fire. But I can put the fire out easier now, and then I can show back up. Where before, I don't know if there was ever a light in the darkness. It just felt so dark and so heavy all the time.
Right.
So for sure, I have that awareness, and I'm grateful for that. And you know, they're really amazing little beings because they're watching us grow and transform and create a life that we love. And it's not easy and it's not perfect.
No. And that's preparing them for their life. That won't be easy or perfect.
Exactly.
Oh, perfect. Awesome. Thank you, Nikki. Okay, so make sure you have a journal and pen handy, because after a meditation, you're going to be doing a little bit of writing here. And we're just going to talk about how to choose more love. So you can get comfy. When you're ready, you can close your eyes. Just make sure you're comfortable. Roll your shoulders back or just let them drop some more. Relax your jaw. And just put attention to your breathing, of where it's at right now. Bring attention to being here in the magic of your breath. And I invite you to put your hands on your heart. And you can leave it there for as long as is comfortable, as long as you would like, but just for a few moments, just take some deeper breaths and feel your chest expand as you breathe in and contract as you breathe out. Over and over again. Just allowing your hands to feel the soothing rhythm of your breathing. As your chest rises and falls with each relaxing breath. Love lives here. In the cells that connect your hand that touches your heart. In the flow of oxygen as it feeds you. In the history of experiences that have brought you here to this moment. You are love. And say after me, if it's in your head or out loud, I am love. Yet it is so easy to let our egos take over, to let ourselves get triggered by life. But today, in this moment, you can choose more love. I am love. When anger arises and you want to scream, choose more love. When someone disagrees and you want to make them wrong, choose more love. When others judge you, choose more love. When someone disappoints you, choose more love. When fear creeps up and you want to defend, hide, or blame, choose more love. Say it after me. I am love. To choose more love means to stop and reverse the powerful motion of our ego. Ego wants to fight back with fire. She wants to prove herself right. She wants to defend her identity. But love embraces the ego and reminds her that there is nothing to fight, nothing to prove, nothing to defend. That we're all perfectly imperfect human beings with our own egos and stories. And that we are all made from the same universal love. I am love. To choose more love means letting your actions speak louder than your words. To be kind, giving, open, even when your ego doesn't want to be. To choose more love means bathing in compassion for yourself and giving compassion freely to others. So take a deep breath in and let yourself fill with the warm energy of love. I am love. Choose more love today and watch your soul blossom. Watch your world blossom. I am love. I am love. I am love. Take a deep breath in and out. Then I want you to get your journal and your pen. And as we're in this feeling of love, just want you to write down what is thriving in your life right now. It can be good or bad. It can be wins. It can be things that have been going well, feelings that you've been feeling that you like. Anything in your life that is going well, I want you to write it down. Okay. Now, the next thing I want you to write down is please do not overthink this. I want you just to write. I want you to think back to what others have said to you, others, kind words others have said to you, and I want you to write it down. So, what have others said about you that, I think of Allison. She's told us that others have said that, she can talk to other people easily, right? So think about what others have said kindly about you. So for me, people have told me I'm an honest person, that I'm good at helping people see perspective. People like my hair. People say I have a beautiful smile. What have others said to you in the past, your whole life, that have been kind? It can be about your job. It can be about you, anything. How you ride a horse, if you're whatever. So now, if it was about people saying to me about being honest, now I want you to rewrite those words. Don't cross anything off. Just rewrite it in an I am statement. So for me, it would be I am honest. I am good at helping people shift their perspective. I have a beautiful smile. I love my hair. You're going to shift it into an I statement. Okay. Now, when we talk about, we're talking about love for ourselves, but we also love to share our love with others. And so what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to go through each member of our group. I'm going to say their name. You will write down their name and write one thing that you like, love, enjoy about them. Okay, just one thing. So we'll start with Glenda. Everyone write down one thing that you enjoy, love, like about Glenda. Dodie. Everyone write down Dodie's name and write down something about her. Allison. Everyone write something about Allison. Okay, Nikki. Jade. Write something about Jade. Heather. Heather. And Suzanne. So while we kind of come back, I had watched this week on Gaia the documentary or film on the power of the heart. And so this is a quote or some quotes that came from it. If you don't open your heart, then existence will crush you. I found that pretty, yeah. And you lose access to your aliveness if you do not have an open heart. You lose access to your aliveness.
Say the whole thing one more time.
If
Just
you
so I can-
don't open your heart, then existence will crush you. You lose access to your aliveness. And I think we all know that feeling crushed by life, right? So,
Kim,
yeah.
hi, we didn't do you.
Oh, oh, okay.
And
You can.
Kim, everyone.
Okay. Thank you, Nikki. So we have about 15 minutes left. So this is what I'd love for you to share. I'd love for you to go through and just say one thing for each thing. So there's 4 things we've done. I'd like you to say what's one thing that's thriving in your life, one thing people have said about you, and then say it in an I statement. And then we'll do that first, and then we'll go back and I want everyone to, we'll make a list of everyone's kindness things so we can send that out of what we've said about each other, okay? So this will be just 1, 2, 3 things, okay? So what's working in your life? What have others said about you? And then say the statement as an I statement. All right, whoever's ready can go.
Okay, I can go. So what's going well is my workspace. And I am empathetic.
Perfect.
Okay, I can go. I struggle with this because this is why I need years and years of therapy because I have such a low self-opinion. And so it's hard for me. I'm trying to think what people said nice about me. So anyway, but a guy did say to me while I was away, he said, "Wow, you've got such good energy."
Perfect.
So I was like, what a nice thing to say. So I have good energy. And I just think right now, in this very moment, life is going good for me. So I feel more joyful than I have. So
Beautiful.
that's it.
Love it. I kept watching you when we were doing the exercise, and you'd have your
Yeah.
head down and then your eyes would pop up and kind of see, oh, everyone's still writing. I'll look down again. And I was like, she is struggling, but
Oh,
it's all right. You
yeah.
have one.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good job. Perfect. Oh, and I'm just going to say this at the top as I'm thinking of it, is that when someone does say something kind to you, go home and write it in your journal so you don't forget. All right, who's ready to go? Dodie?
Sure. So I said, what is thriving in my life is I am learning and breaking old patterns.
Nice.
And I said, I am, it is a hard one. It's really, really hard. I said, I have a nice smile and I am calm
Nice.
and in the present moment with people.
Beautiful. Okay. You're muted, Mom.
Well, people have told me that they're appreciative of my cooking and that I'm supportive because like where I live, there's a lot of people around us and people do have, other people have challenges and have problems. And I try to be, I guess, supportive and basically be a good listener.
Okay, so now say, I am a good cook. I am supportive.
I am a good cook. I am supportive.
For me, people say, I don't know, I'm like shaking my head. This one, like I'm creative. And people say that I'm really good with, my intuition. Like I'm very intuitive at sensing what's wrong or what needs to be said or whatever. So I am a creative and intuitive being.
Nice.
Yeah. I feel like I'm missing a part of the exercise. Is that all I'm supposed to do, Kim?
What's thriving in your life right now?
Oh, okay. The coaching side of my business is really growing. I'm actually practicing mindfulness every day, not just thinking about it. And I'm inputting and using the habits from that. I told you guys a long time ago about a book called Tiny Habits. And I'm actually consistently staying with and doing what I'm taught in the book instead of just like reading it and moving on. So that's thriving.
Beautiful. Love it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yes, I knew some of you would find this hard, but that's why we started with what other people say first, and then you can shift it in. Because I knew if I said, write down what you love about yourself, some of you would be like, nah.
It's hard.
Right? But other people, what they say is a true reflection. The kind words they say, people don't have to say kind things. Right? So, yeah. Okay, so Jade, I just wanted to ask you, are you able to be on the computer and take notes about each person? Or no?
Yeah, I've got lots of notes down already. But yes,
Okay.
I will.
Okay, perfect. All right. So what we're going to do is we'll just do one person at a time. So you're all going to just take a quick turn and you'll say, I'll start with Glenda. So then each of you will say the thing about Glenda. So then Jade can just write everything about Glenda and then we'll go to the next person. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we'll start with Glenda. So what do you want to say that you like about Glenda?
I love your laughter, Glenda. It lights up the call every time you laugh. See, look, she's so laughing and look, all of us are lit up. And also that you are like showing us that the work never needs to stop. Like regardless of our age, we can just always be loving ourselves and working. So I admire you for that.
Thank you.
I as well put kindness. You just emit kindness. And I know if kindness and empathy, and I know if I would come to you in a minute if I had a problem, because you are very kind and non-judgmental is how I feel about you.
Thank you.
I said, I love your friendship you create with others.
Mm.
I can't think of like the word, but it's like I wrote the words family, connection, and stories. But to me, what's the biggest attraction to Glenda is like, it's like I don't have this, but you have so many years of beautiful stories and beautiful family, and you continue to prioritize that connection. I don't have words. Like it lights my heart on fire. It's witnessing something that I desire so bad. It's priceless. It's like that MasterCard commercial. It's priceless.
You guys are going to have
Would-
me bawling.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's what this is for. Yeah.
Dodie, I'm sorry, could you just repeat what you had said, Dodie?
Yes. I said, I love your friendship you create with others.
Thank you.
And I did, for me, I said that, yes, I love your kindness, Mom. Always number one for you, for anyone. So beautiful. I like to see it when it impacts.
Yeah.
Okay, Dodie. So you can also take a turn saying Dodie.
Her enthusiasm for trying new things.
Yes. I put just sweetness, just you emit sweetness, and you're very connected to the universe that you're only finding out about now, just your connection with birds and animals, and you know, it's just wonderful to see, and you to me emit a lot of love.
I put for Dodie softness, fun, childlike, and she's a really good listener.
Dodie, I put that you are the image of calm, quiet power. So when I see you, I recognize that feminine power does not mean you have to be loud or pushy or a high achiever or strong or like all these hard things to make waves of change and like and grow and all those things. So that's what I see, like the roots of a tree.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And I said, Dodie, you have an open heart, and it's just open to, well, I guess everything, like someone had said, nature and other people and friendship and new learnings, like just, yeah, your heart is always open. And I love that about you.
Thank you.
Okay, Allison.
Oh boy.
Allison. Open your heart, Allison. Open your heart.
Use those tools and just pry it open.
Allison, you have such a joyous, sincere, upfront nature.
Thank you, Glenda. So nice to hear.
Allison, I love your honesty with yourself and your desire to grow, and you do it all with humor that is so inspirational to me.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I wrote for Allison, I wrote brave, humor, which I like. Dodie's your comments on the humor, are honesty and your passion for life.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love that.
I wrote that you make me laugh on every single call. I always get excited when I know you're on here because I know I'm gonna laugh. And you're just so honest about your journey. So that's like a pattern here, but it's just refreshing to see someone be like, these are the things I say to myself. And, you know, really, I admire that about you.
Oh, thanks. Thanks.
Yeah. And I said, I love your humor and I love your passion. That was the word I wrote down because, you know, you're passionate, whether it's something you may not like, and that's okay. Or when it's something you love, right? And that energy is felt. And I agree when that person said, I love your energy, because I would be drawn to you at a convention to sit with you because it is. Your energy is, it's very impactful, Allison.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. What nice things. I got to write all that down. That's so nice.
You're welcome. And Jade is taking notes, so we'll send it all out to you guys.
It makes a difference, man. You feel good.
Right?
People say nice things. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, Nikki.
I would say sincere honesty as to how you are feeling at certain times. Very upfront with,
Thank you.
I struggled with just one word for Nikki because you have such a connection to the universe and your energy and, you know, just how insightful you are. And again, honest about your journey as well. So, you know, I know, and so non-judgmental. I just, you are emitting love energy and, you know, sure, but in a human way. I love that.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Okay, Nikki, I said you are a kind, wise, beautiful soul. And when I'm with you, I feel like you see to the very, very core of me. And
wow.
And the next part is your realness to look at your own journey, and you don't always have the answers, but you're putting it out there and you're so open to growth.
Beautiful words, Jody. That's nice.
I wrote that Nikki has the ability to look deep into your soul and say exactly what you needed to hear.
Yes.
Like tearing up.
That's exactly.
Nikki sent me a really in-depth Marco Polo that I have not responded to yet, but it has impacted me a lot. So you just share a light with the world in like just a quiet, magical way that a lot of adults have lost on their journey. So it's just beautiful to see that.
Yeah, I totally agree. Nice words. Nice words. It was hard for me to put that into words, but that's exactly what I meant as well.
Thanks, Allison.
I said and it took me a bit too, but you perpetuate and radiate joy and love.
Yes.
Oh, this is really hard.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, Jade.
Her honest humor, and like your humor, but yet to get you through your challenging times.
I put just wise, creative, go-getter, smart. You're an inspiration to me every time we're on this call. You're so young and you've had, you know, you're like a wise old soul, you know, in a young body, but because you're so intuitive and you see things, you know, that, you know, like, I feel like you're digging into our soul while we're having these calls too. When Kim doesn't ask the question, you do. And it's like it really makes me look at myself, and thank you. You inspire me.
Thank you.
For Jade, I put giving, creative, courage. She's a fighter. And I also wrote listening. She's a really good listener as well.
I said, Jade, that I love how you embrace the like really tough things in your life. You just take them on and you are applying them to your life, and you're building such a beautiful life for you and your girls and your loved ones. And I said, you have a beautiful smile.
Thank you. I want to say this whole exercise is not fair because I have to write them out.
I
I have to write my fits. I just thought I'd put that out there.
And Jade, I feel you have a grounded sincerity.
Mm.
And I think is grounded your word this year? But you emanate groundedness. You really do.
Yeah.
And I know you don't always feel grounded, but you emanate that and so that means it's there, right? And you are so sincere, and your talent to me is visioning, that you are able to vision and manifest what you want. And yeah, I think that's a power of yours.
Huge. Now, Kim.
No.
I'll go. I mean, again, I struggled here, but you were calm, intuitive, kind, non-judgmental for some of the crazy things that come out of people's mouths, and really can see, a way through. And your words are very helpful, and you are such a good listener. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll go ahead. Kim, I love your laugh, that it just goes like straight down into your soul. And it's brought me joy for so many years. Like your laugh is just so, how do you put words? Spiritual and in the moment and so deeply felt. And I said, you have such a gift that you are sharing with us. And I am just so thankful for, I had the gift of your friendship previously to this group, but you're being with you for your gift that you are sharing with people. It's just such a beautiful thing to be a part of. And I said, I love how you call it like it is. Like, you'll just call it like it is. There's no avoiding things.
Thank you.
I like that.
And what do I say about my daughter?
Yeah, this one doesn't totally count. It counts, but it's a little biased.
Yeah. Needless to say, she is extremely special. Has been, of course, ever since she was born, and following her journey all through life. And from the time she was wee little, we knew that she was going to be a leader, because of course her brother said she was the bossy one. She was always telling them what to do and play school. And but anyhow, she's you are a fantastic leader, Kim, and of course very special in our family. Such a good listener, and you've done amazing in your work and in this group, and what you're able to contribute to the world, basically, to a lot of people. And yeah, love you dearly. Very thankful for you.
Thank you, Mom.
Okay, so for Kim, yes, her laugh, her capacity to teach. So I first met Kim at the Bonnieville Library when my kids were really little, and she would read stories and sing songs and do really fun things. And I was always attracted to her energy, and now still, like once a week we get together, and she's always teaching me something. So I'm very grateful for that. And the other words that I wrote were glowing, sparkly, fun, smart, creative. And I really want to emphasize Dodie's comment of says it like it is, because I hold a lot of value for Kim. She is this one friend in my life where I can go to. And she's not like, it's not mean, but it'll just be like, it's so cut and dry. Like, I don't know. And I know Randy and I, my husband and I, fight about this because Randy will be like, well, I said that to you. Yeah, but you're not Kim. So I don't know what that is, but it's honest and it's real and it's accountability. It's like she doesn't allow you to be the victim, right? You are in charge of your life, and what step do you need to take next? And it's very powerful, and it's not a coincidence when I knock on her door. The universe brings me where I need to be. So I'm so grateful for that, Kim. I don't know what that is, but I'm grateful for it.
Thank you.
For me, I wrote that you always know exactly what questions to ask. And you're very good at pre-planning your questions to get to the answer that you know we need to say. It's like they're like pre-planned. And this one, I don't know how to word this one, but I wrote that you're really good at catching people's low statements. Right? So like in this group where a lot of us compliment ourselves or think we are, but really we've got this like dig at ourselves too. And you're really good at pulling that out in a way that just doesn't feel painful for the person that's like receiving the message that's there and what they're saying. So that's really that's really powerful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, let's quickly go to the other ones though, so that they can watch. Heather.
I said about Heather, her sincere leadership, and she is just such a kind soul.
I said, Heather, I love your sense of calm, and you totally listen with every core of your being.
I put kindness, calmness, and creativity for Heather. She's very creative and a very good writer too.
Yes.
Yes, I wrote gift with words, dedication to her family, and I wrote commitment. I'm not really sure what it means, committed, but
For Heather, I wrote that Heather is just a really good example of like leading the path to do the hard things and love yourself. So she's really doing a lot of work to do that for herself, and it's inspiring.
Yeah. I said that I love Heather's empathy. I love how she feels everything about everyone, because that just connects us. And I said, I love your heart and awareness. Okay, and Suzanne.
I just put laughter and happiness and family. That's what I put down.
Yeah. That's pretty much what I said too. Upfront humor with family and family.
Yeah. And fun. She just emits fun and laughter and happiness and just embraces everything. And I think she's starting to be not much more connected to the universe than she was when she first started this whole exercise. Even though she won't admit it.
Exactly. For Suzanne, I wrote colorful, loves life. I love that she loves her smut novels. She's playful, and she's really kind.
For Suzanne, I said, I love how you love big. Like you love big for your family. You love big for your color. I just love it's just big, and it's such an inspiration to me, not to give a crap what people think, or just to love on my own terms, because Suzanne, you love on your own terms. And are so much fun.
I love that. Love big. Yeah, it's beautiful.
I'm writing that one down, Dodie. You've got some good words today, Dodie.
Yeah.
Why, thank
Heather's
you.
probably going to come behind us and watch the replay and
Oh yeah, totally.
wave her magic wand over all of this.
Yeah.
For Suzanne, I wrote that she is just an inspirational example of strength and being a powerhouse. I also really love about Suzanne that she can mix that big, high, strong energy with like the feminine, like painting and like romance novels and laying in the sun, right? She has a really good balance of that, and she's not afraid to share both sides. And then I also wrote that she's like quietly caring. So like sometimes on the outside, she's pretty got a tough exterior, but then she's like private messaging and saying super kind things and like cheering you on, right? So she's a bit of a cheerleader for me in this group. So I wrote that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I said, I love Suzanne. I love your honesty. I love your humor, and I love your openness to new things. And because I know that you could have easily said, when we started talking, when we say woo woo, right? You weren't connected always, but you were open to hearing everything, and you were very intentional in taking the actions that you connected with to move forward. And you have, like, amazing. So yeah, you were so amazing at that, taking that intentional action and being open to all the new ideas. All right. So ladies, happy Valentine's. We're going to send this out to you. I want you to print it off and put it up somewhere. Your words. Okay? This is really important. This is who you are and who we see. And, when we brought tears, that's because I know you feel it in your heart, and you need to feel it for you and accept it as much as we do when we share it with each other. So, yeah, I'm so grateful for all of your hearts and that you could all be here. So have a beautiful, Friday, Fascinating Female Friday at 12 o'clock. Same link as this one. With Rosalind. So if you can be here live, that would be fantastic. All right.
Thank you, Kim. It was a lovely call.
Yeah.
Great.
Thanks,
Bye,
everyone.
Yeah. Have a good
Thanks,
week.
everyone.
Bye.
Happy Sound Killers Day.
Yeah, thanks, Alison.
And there's no accident. It's Sound Healers Day.
That's right.
That's right. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.